Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to see how to draw hairs. Simple and more complicated. Simple hairs are usually drawn in animes or cartoons style, and the more complicated ones are in like illustrations. So drawing hair can be roughly divided into 2-3 parts or maybe 4 that I will be sharing this in this video. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope and that I can help you guys out. So drawing hair, first you have to decide what type of hair or style you want, like if you want long hair or short hair. But I guess the steps I am going to show you can like give you guidelines on whatever hairstyle you want to draw. So let's go. So now let's start with basics. Hair basic number 1 is that you have to find a vertex point, or a point where the hairs are collected and they start from. You have to know hairline and vertex point. These vertex points give you the direction or the flow of the hair that the hair is following. Okay, so these vertex points like gives you where your hair needs to be drawn. Okay, so while drawing this vertex point, you have a guideline on where to like start your hair strands and make your hairstyles. These vertex point can be on top of your bangs and back of the head. So the second rule is that hair strands follow 3-2-1 rule. Okay, this is a simple rule that I found on the YouTube community that I'm going to share. These are the perfect method so that your hair strands don't look very like odd. On the right hand side, this 1-to-1 ratio don't look good, and it's like equal strands don't look very natural. So you have to follow the 3-2-1 rule, where the third part is big, then the second one, the first one, like the ratio of the strength that makes it look more natural, so that your hair, your character's hair can be more real and have more like simple and a personality to them. This rule can apply to anything like bangs or like back of the hair, anything. The third point is the 3 parts of hair. It same as the like second rule, where you divide your strands into 3 parts. Here you divide your whole hairstyle, whole hair into 3 parts, so you can draw it more easily. Okay, first you have bangs, then you have sideways, and then you have back. Okay, these 3 parts will help you draw your hairstyle. In front of the hair you can have bangs or nothing at all, like you can just draw them back. It's your choice. Front part is optional. Then you have sideways, where you can like place these little strands that girls usually have. Then there is back side. You can draw them into parts so that it's easy to draw. And one important thing to remember is the hairstyle or the hair part closer to you appear more big, and then the further it gets smaller. So it also follows like 3 to 1 rule. Okay, just remember this rule and you will be able to draw any hair style you want, and that's very cool. You just have to know basics and you are good to go. Now we are going to see an example. I'm going to draw a hair. What? I'm going to draw a girl with short hair. Okay, so now first step is to find a hairline or draw a baseline of where the hair starts. Okay, so next is to find a vertex point. Here I pointed out the vertex point on top of the head because I'm going to draw bangs. Here I write the first baseline. You have to draw a baseline. Second, you have to point out vertex point according to your hairstyle. Okay, so if you want to like part your hair from side, so you can have like vertex point there in many examples, like hairstyle for boys where you have like hair from the back side of the head. It can have multiple or different vertex point. Okay, now here I drawn the bangs. First you can start with like front, then sideways, then back. Okay, so I'm going to apply the 3 to 1 rule in the bangs also. You can also play with hairstyles, strands, even if you don't follow this rule, but this rule is very like reliable for simple and great look of the hair. After drawing the front hair, I am moved on to the sideways. I'm going to draw some strands and like add this layer so that it like this black layer so that it feels more natural and two-sided. Now that I am done with the side and front, we can move on to the back. So the vertex point like gives you direction of these like upward, because from in the back hairstyle the hair is moving backwards, so it like you can give it shape with the vertex point in mind. By this point you can follow the direction and you can make some great hairstyles. I have drawn the back side also and it's done. So like you can add more details or just keep it simple. I suggest you to like experiment with your hairstyle, like try different hairstyle, male, female, whatever you want. Okay, you can keep these rules in mind, and once you start getting hands on it and like seriously observing, just observe every hairstyle you come across like on internet, Pinterest, whatever, you will be able to draw nicer hairstyle. I guarantee you. Lastly, for the recap, you find a baseline, point out your vertex point, draw your front line sideways and backwards with 3 to 1 rule, and no matter how perspective changes of your head, the 3 to 1 rule will help you, like no matter what. So by giving and making more strands, you can like create more complex hairstyles. Now we are moving on to some steps. Let's go. Know you already know this, that different hairstyles like describes personalities. Okay, so like you have more wavy hairs, you are like happy, childish, and like more of a happy person. And if you have like long straight hair, you are more timid and more like introvert side. So like while drawing hair, you can keep in mind what type of personality you want them to convey. Okay, like this can give you a foundation on what hairstyle you can draw and suitable for your story if you are like drawing it for a story. Here is an example of some spiky hairstyle. Like as you know, like spiky hair can gives you like the example of more like angry person and more like cold person, like Bakugo for example. Here is an example of curvy hair which like represents happy and playful type of manner. Now we are going to move on second step, is that line weight is very important in drawing hair. Like line weight determines and make your art look just like very clean and professional. Like by adding these line weights, you like tell the user or the viewer where is the shadow and like light coming from. You just have to darken these spots where light doesn't come, like in vertex areas and the other part of where the light doesn't come. You can also add highlights for more of a pop to the art. And one very simple tip is to loose sketch first. Like whenever I am drawing a hairstyle, I can know if I'm happy with the result and the hairstyle. And here is the example of two vertex point, like in the back of the hair and the banks. Here in this hairstyle, in this banks, you have like vertex hair and then in the back. You can have many hairstyles with that and it looks more nice. The next step is to divide the strands and add movement to the hair. This makes it look natural and more nicer. Moving on, we have air movement on the hair. So we can have these two hair strands as hair strands and J hair strands, that which are generally called this. You can just add these as strands where there is more air. Just make the J strands where there is less air. Okay, these strands can add motion to your hair that make it look more natural and nicer. And that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked the video and I just give it all in this video because I wanted to share how I draw hairs. Now go and draw hairstyle you wanted to draw. I wish you all the best and I'll see you in the next video. I hope you guys like and subscribe my channel, please. Bye.